Hello everyone, my name is Night Raven and welcome back to Warframe. Alright, so we're going to try and get some more Oxium today. I haven't gone any recently, but I'm not going to bore you guys to the defense or extraction video because I know that can be boring. But all I know is that you get them from Corpus missions, but only certain missions. So today we're going to try and find it first. That's a challenge. We're going to try and find some Corpus missions, so we're going to try and do a survival actually. Survival Corpus mission, which is turning out to be a lot harder than I expected. Because there's about 3 or 4 factions in Warframe. The Grenier, the Corpus, the Infested, and then there's another faction which I have not encountered yet and am not looking forward to encountering. Alright, Corpus, here we go. Exterminate, Spy, Survival. And each planet has a prime faction controlling it, then it has sometimes has sub-factions, like it'll have Grenier controlling it, and then some areas of that planet will have Infested in it. That's how it works.
A lone Tenno operative is raiding this ship for supplies. You are here to distract
That's
the
about
enemy.
5 factions actually. Corpus, Grenier, Infested, Oricon, and there's one more that I've never encountered before. And from what I hear about them, I'm not looking forward to encountering them, and that is a wall. I don't want to go into the wall.
Activating it will buy you more time.
Get rid of that camera. Obviously puts up security fields as you try and get through a door. And then you find out you can't get through the door. And you need to get through the door. Where are they? I've set off the alarm. Oh, there they are. You guys took your time. Been having such trouble trying to find Oxium lately because it is quite a rare substance to find in this game. But I need it to build the Arcwing launcher. And then once I build the Arcwing launcher, you'll be able to see some gameplay of me in the Eidolon Plains, where I can use the Arcwing launcher. We can do fishing, and we can do random missions and all that kind of stuff.
Life support has been replenished.
And just as I start this game, you get this lucky draw, get daily bonuses out of a lucky draw. Sort of like gambling, except you don't have to pay for it. And out of that lucky draw, I've got 10 Oxium, so I'm 10 closer to my goal. It doesn't help that Oxium is one of the hardest substances to find in Warframe, especially at low levels. Ooh, treasure. But yes, it's very difficult to find and it's very frustrating. Especially when all you guys get to watch is me farming it. I hate that. I want to produce some good gameplay footage for you guys, but I can't because I can't find a fucking Oxium. I'm just going to my little safe room here. No, get out! Out! Get out. I said get out.
Get ready for a capsule.
Leave me alone. It's like me, my sister, one of my siblings. Get out of my room. I'm not in your room. You say, just standing on the borderline. We're great friends now, me and my sister, but a couple years well, about a decade or so back. We were living under the same house. She's moved out. I'm trying to move out. Lived under the same roof, and we hated each other's guts. Pretty much, it's that little sibling rivalry you have. Not everyone has it. Some people do. And it's probably one of the best things ever. At times it sucks and you want to kill them. But hey, that's siblings for you. Where'd you go? Alright, I'm just going to use the bow staff from now on. For a little bit. Sorry, the pole arm. It's not bow staff, it's a pole arm. I got rid of the bow staff.
Life support on the way.
That life support system on the left that you're seeing is air left in here because they've cut off the air supply for me, so I've got to keep that full, otherwise I start losing health rather quickly. And I just got to last as long as I can against these enemies. And the longer I last, the better prizes I'll get. Stabbing in the gut while he's on the ground.
Extraction is available if you need it. Our operative is making progress. This will help our cause.
Ah, takes so long. Hurry up. Oh, there you are. Come on, shoot me. Shoot me. Hit me. Hit me. I want you to hit me. Hit me! Yes.
Prepare for life support.
If you ever want to do a survival mission and just farm the enemies for a good solid hour or so, the best thing to do is to get Frost Prime or Frost and sit in the hallway with a door that won't open at your back and put up Frost's shield and just sit in there. So the enemies can't hit you while you're inside. So the only way they can actually hit you... Fuck, I missed. The only way they can actually hit you while you're in the shield is if they come into the shield, and when they do, it slows down their movement, so it's a very slow crawl towards you. Like here would be the perfect place to put a shield. You just put it right here in the doorway and you'd be fine for... well, until you get out leveled pretty much, because then you have to extract. Ah, Oxium. Not very much of it, but hey, Oxium. Just take what you're given.
Get ready for a capsule.
Oop. Oh, I need to get that capsule. So I'm running out of air. Now, in the last video, I believe I was talking about Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic or some rubbish like that. I'll just say that lightly, rubbish, because I say that about everything. It's not rubbish, I do really like it. I would love, absolutely love, nothing more other than to play some KOTOR for you guys, because that's what it's known as. That's what Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is abbreviated to, KOTOR. It is a wonderful game. I've played it many times over. Haven't completed it, but I've played it many times over. It gave me nothing, and that's what I'm talking about. That is why you have to destroy the cameras quickly. Otherwise they put that up and you can't get through. Well, you can get through, but it sucks off most of your shields. Anyway, I can't play KOTOR for you guys just yet because I couldn't get KOTOR 1, which is the one that I want to play because that's the best one. KOTOR 2 isn't so good. KOTOR 1 isn't in 720p, which is a big problem. So I tried getting into 720p with some mods, stuff like that, but it didn't really work out the best for me. So after this, I'm probably actually going to go onto ModDB, which is a popular modding site for Star Wars, and try and find some mods that will allow me to play in 720p for you guys. Because I've been spent all morning trying to find a way to fix it so you guys can enjoy some good Star Wars gameplay. So I uploaded Republic Commando earlier. Don't know if you watched that yet, but that had a little bit of a problem where it would show the main screen where all the gameplay was, and it would show a replica of that screen but in bigger size behind the main screen, and that annoyed me. I don't know if it annoyed you guys. I hope it didn't. I hope it wasn't too much of a bother for you guys. I did try to get into 720p. I spent an hour or two trying to figure it out. I eventually just gave up and just recorded it as it was. Republic Commando, that is. And I could have recorded it in 1080p, but when I tried that, the computer was super laggy. No, I'm not kidding, it was about 15 frames per second, which is similar to my Medal of Honor Airborne video, which I didn't realise until I'd uploaded how bad it was. So I'm sorry about that. Oh, by the way, I'm just playing Warframe so I can talk to you guys. This is really nothing big. I'll just try and last as long as I can. Which, seeing as these are low level enemies, will be quite a while, so we have lots of time to discuss things. I'm kidding. I will be on a time schedule. I usually am. I have the timer in front of me, so I don't want to go too long to bore you guys. I don't want to make it too short so it bores you. I don't want to go too long so it's daunting to you. I want it to be just like the perfect time limit. So it's entertaining. It has good quality stuff in it. By the way, if any of my stuff is boring or too daunting or anything like that, feel free to let me know. I do take criticism very well, and I will, if you do criticize something, I will try my hardest to fix it for you guys. That's what I want to happen. I want you guys to enjoy my videos. I want to give good quality gameplay footage of classic games that, well, all the millennials, pretty much, not millennials, sorry, the generation that came before millennials played as kids. One of the games that I'll be playing very soon is Psyops, Mindgate Conspiracy. Another one will be Simpsons Hit and Run. So those kind of games. Basically the best games that came from the early 2000s, so from 2000 to 2010. Underrated games, the best games at those times, all that kind of jazz. Obviously this game came out 2013, but this is one of the best games available today because it's completely free. It's not paid to win, not like the modern day Star Wars is. Anyway, sorry, lost track. I can't play KOTOR for you guys just yet. Gotta find a way to play it in either 720 or 1080p, because I do have a capture card. It's just like a little USB one. I don't know if it'll work or not. I hope it does. I can play some, probably one of the best Star Wars games ever for you guys. That, and I'll also be playing Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy and Jedi Outcast. Plus Jedi Knight is the title of both those games, and Outcast and Academy are the subtitles of those games. But they are the Star Wars games, the best lightsaber combat in them. So I thought you guys would enjoy that. I don't know if you will or not. If you don't enjoy a game, let me know in the comment section below at any time, and I won't post any more videos if you guys don't enjoy that. Although when it comes to that and you guys do say that you don't enjoy it, whether I don't play it anymore will come to majority rules, not just because one person said. If one person just says, oh, I don't like that game, but everyone else likes it, I'm not going to stop playing it because it's just one person who doesn't like it. So remember that. If you want me to stop playing a game or start playing a game, put it in the comments section, and I'll see what you get. Majority of people to either say that same game in the comments section or to comment on your comment saying yes or I agree or do this or blah blah blah. And if there's a majority of people saying to start playing a game or to stop playing that game, then I will either start or stop depending on what it is.
Life support on the way.
So just tell me what you guys want, and if it's majority rules, then it will most likely happen. The only reason that something would happen when there's majority rules against doing it or against not doing it. So if you majority of people say start playing this game and I decide not to play that game, it's because I dislike that game greatly. But don't worry, that is few and far between.
Another life support capsule.
But yes, back to the Star Wars topic, because as you know, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I hate the new eras though.
Life support activated.
Like the Galactic Civil War and Clone Wars eras a lot less than the Old Republic eras. That's only because the movies didn't do them very good value, in my opinion. I didn't like the movies that much. The original movies like 4, 5, 6, they were great, but the first 3 movies didn't do them justice. They missed out on a lot of good characters. But yes, my favourite era will either have to be the Old Republic era, which is from the Mandalorian Wars all the way to the introduction of the Rule of Two. So that would be my favourite era. I also like the Sith Wars era, which came before the Old Republic era. And it's when it was just Sith in that. There weren't any Jedi around. Well, there were, but the Sith hadn't encountered them yet. And back then they didn't use lightsabers, they actually used like swords and katanas and that, but they were imbued with the dark side of the Force to make them powerful and nearly unbreakable. Those were good. That was a very good era. Had some of the best Sith Lords there as well. Marka Ragnos, Tulak Horde, and there's one other that was a really big fan favourite that I couldn't remember. I'm very bad for names.
Life support activated.
Surprised I can't even remember my own name.
Get ready for a capsule.
But yes, those are my favourite eras in Star Wars, and of course the first Jedi, or Jedi. Nailed it. There we go. That's what Jedi they're called. They're the very first Jedi to ever exist. And they were grey Jedi. If you didn't know, if you haven't watched my last video yet, they were grey Jedi, the very first Jedi.
Capsule is now available.
Yeah, they practice both sides of the Force in equilibrium, which means they didn't side with one side or the other more. They practice both in equality. If they did practice one side more than the other, like the dark side or the light side, they'd be sent to the opposing moon. So if they practice the dark side too much, they'd be sent to the light side moon. There was 2 moons around that planet. One representing the light side of the Force and one representing the dark side of the Force. And if they used one side too much or trained in it too much, it would corrupt them. If they practice in the light side too much, they become too weak to the dark side. They'd be tempted by it too easily, which is what the Jedi actually happened to them. They swore off the dark side completely, and due to that they were too weak for it.
Keep you going for a while.
So when they encountered it, they were completely overwhelmed. And thanks to that, that actually killed them. That's what caused the Jedi to die out. They didn't practice the dark side at all. Luke's Jedi Order, though, which is around about the time of the new movies, they practiced the dark side a tiny bit, and they actually saved them from the dark side when they encountered 2 Sith Lords, Frida Nad and Exar Kun. Because they didn't swear off the dark side of the Force, they trained in it, even though a little bit, still trained into it, and when the Sith Lords tried to corrupt them, they were so used to the dark side that it didn't work immediately like it did the first Jedi. But yes, the first Jedi practiced both sides of the Force, and if they got too in tuned with one, get too in tuned with the light side of the Force, you were too weak for the dark side and it would corrupt you too easily. Get too in tuned with the dark side of the Force and it would corrupt you very easily. And so if they got too in tuned with one side, they'd be sent to the opposing side's moon. Get too in tuned with the dark side of the Force and you get sent to the light side moon. Vice versa. And this is actually how they prevented themselves from getting too in tuned with one side of the Force. Although some 3 Jedi got way too in tuned with the dark side of the Force, was sent to the light side of the moon and they escaped. They ran off from the moon and they became the very first Sith of the Sith Order. Until then, the Sith were actually a race. They were red skinned and they had some tendrils coming from their face, almost like moustaches. Both sexes had that, by the way, both male and females. So they had red skin, red eyes, and tendrils off their face. They were the race Sith, they weren't actually evil. They were quite good actually. But they were also bigots. They only supported their race. And so when these 3 human Jedi, because back then the Jedi were only humans, I believe. Yeah, the arms again. God damn it, Brandon. Focus. When the Jedi came onto the planet of Korriban, which is where the Sith were, I think. The Sith actually tried to outcast them, but the Jedi overpowered them easily and then became their pseudo-kings, if you will. And that's how the Sith Order was born.
That should keep you going for a while.
But yes, I've gone so off topic. I was talking about KOTOR initially. I wanted to record KOTOR for you guys, but I couldn't. Now we're back on topic. Cool. I'm pleased with that. Oh, you. Have to get inside his shield. Bam! So I can't record KOTOR for you guys. So my next plan is to actually record Star Wars Battlefront 2. But not that crappy new version. Not the one with all the microtransactions and the loot boxes and the crap. And the good graphics but bad gameplay, which it does actually have. It's quite boring gameplay, to be honest. Now I'm talking about the 2005 version of Star Wars Battlefront 2, the good version.
Life support on the way.
So I actually have a fair few mods installed for that, but I can't play that now because apparently when the 2017 version of Battlefront 2 came out, EA reopened. Oh, got new stance for the daggers. Cool, have a look at that once you finish here. EA reopened the servers, multiplayer servers for the 2005 Battlefront 2.
I've delivered another.
But the problem with that was that whoever actually had the 2005 Battlefront 2 version of... No, sorry, I've stuffed that up. Whoever had the 2005 version of Battlefront 2, their version wouldn't work anymore because all of a sudden the servers had come back online, and for some reason the versions they owned before the servers came back online would stop working.
The more successful we will be.
And it's ridiculous that they've done that because now I can't play gameplay footage for you guys. And they've only done that because everyone kept saying that the 2005 version was better than the 2017 version, which it was. For your information, 2005 version was far better than the 2017 version, and it was even better than the what was it, 2016, 2015 Battlefront 1. 2005 was actually one of the best Battlefront games for Star Wars. I've played both of them, by the way, both Battlefronts. And number 2 from 2005 is better than number 1 from 2003. So EA wanted to boot the servers back up on the 2005 game, all because it was better than their game that they made. Mind you that their support for the new Battlefront is gonna actually end at the end of this year, most likely. It's just not making that much profit anymore ever since they got rid of the microtransactions. It's not making that much profit, so they're going to stop supporting it most likely. I don't know that for sure, but that seems the most likely.
Life support incoming.
So now the multiplayer servers are back up on 2005 Battlefront 2, but you can't play the game of Battlefront 2 because the multiplayer servers are back up. So that's actually stuffed us up a lot. Because I really want to play that for you guys. I had some awesome mods on there.
Additional life support has arrived.
I even had the mod for Battlefront 3, which is what can't remember what they were called. Pandemic Studios, I think they were. Yeah, Pandemic Studios were actually creating. They were creating Battlefront 3. Battlefront 3 nailed it. But then they went out of business, so they couldn't create it anymore. And then EA bought the license for it.
Critical life support levels.
Yes, hang on, I'm getting there. God, you annoy me sometimes, Lotus. I know you're trying to help, but you annoy me. Lasts about half an hour.
Should keep you going for a while.
Right, best go to extraction. But I guess now I can't play it for you guys, and I'm sad about that because I did like playing it. I would play it every single morning.
Get ready for a capsule.
Well, I'd play it every single morning while I was having my coffee. Play it for about 20 minutes or so. Then every night before bed I'd play it while listening to Corpse Husband's horror stories. So I love that channel. Love the horror stories that come out of it. So I've had a couple of them myself, and I'll tell you them in a different video. I'm not going to tell them to you now. We got 64 Oxium, that's bugger all, but it's better than nothing. And how much credits did I get? Fair bit. I got about 9,994 credits. Item, Ember Star. Those can be put into a sculpture and sold for heaps of endo. So this here is what I'm trying to build here, and I have 880 out of 1,200 Oxium, which is rubbish. Because I should have more, but I don't. Stupid. Fucking stupid. So I'll put that on because because in the next video I'll probably go up against them again. The Corpus. Put on daggers. Nope. Upgrade. Got a spinning needle. Range or take off range. Take off range. Take range off, you bitch. Now I've got that. Now let's upgrade it. Stances. That's the one I got. The fusion all the way. Now it's upgrade. Got 8 slots, so on the Corpus one. Oh, I can't wait for that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry for ranting on, but that's what these videos are going to be like from now on. So I'm sorry if you don't like that, but that's what I'm going to be doing for a little bit. So I do like talking about this stuff, and I love talking to you guys. I hope you guys do like me talking to you. If you don't, let me know in the comments section. I don't want to upset you guys. I do like entertaining people with these videos on YouTube. I do hope to make a career out of it. But if you did like the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. If you had any complaints or any suggestions, or you just want to say hey, leave a comment in the comment section below. I'm open to anything, really. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!